From car chases to fisticuffs, these are the top 10 best superhero movie scenes. Kicking off the list at number 10 is Superman's first flight from Man of Steel. After an intense battle with Zod, a Kryptonian warrior who believes that Earth is actually Krypton in disguise and should be destroyed so that Krypton can take its place. Clark Kent finds himself out cold and alone after he took a big old punch to the face. But, all of a sudden, something amazing happens. He starts to fly because somehow his body has started to adjust to the Earth's atmosphere, and he's like, "Sweet, this sucks." And then, he flies up higher into the sky. It's hard to explain how exhilarating it is watching someone for the first time discover they have superpowers. The music swelling. The cinematography, it's so good. Number 9 is also from Man of Steel. This time it's the Smallville tornado sequence. As I mentioned before, Man of Steel is an intense movie. Things really get crazy when a tornado shows up in Smallville and it's destroying everything. Luckily, our boy Soups is there to save the day by lifting up an entire train and then flying it away to safety. The thing about this scene is that we understand just how powerful Superman really is. A lot of times people try to downplay Superman's power level because he's such a goody two-shoes. But let me tell you, this man has the strength to match his morals. Taking the number 8 spot is the Batmobile chase from The Dark Knight. Now this scene isn't necessarily well liked by fans because it was way too dark to see what was going on. But it doesn't matter, because this scene set the tone for the entire film and made us all realize just how bleak things could get. We watch the Batmobile being chased by the Joker through the streets of Gotham City. All of a sudden, Batman stops in his tracks because he realizes the Joker is now on the same rooftop he's on. Batman then uses the Batmobile to springboard off of and crashes through some billboards before smashing through the glass ceiling of a building to end up inside a warehouse. Once again, this scene didn't need to be so dark because we got the point. Batman was now officially in over his head. No. 7 is the hallway fight from Captain America, the Winter Soldier. This scene is just one long take of Cap punching, kicking, throwing, and slamming people against walls. Every time I watch this, I feel more and more confident that if I trained really hard, I could totally kick ass like Cap. There's something about seeing him fight off these SHIELD agents in such a brutal way that makes you want to high-five the person next to you. And then you realize that's kinda weird. So then you don't do it. Taking the number 6 spot is Iron Man's first ever flight. Tony Stark had just finished building his very first suit of armor and was looking to test it out. So he put the suit on and flew outside. What follows is one of the most triumphant moments in movie history. It's such a beautiful scene, not only because of how awesome it is to see someone finally make their dream come true, but because of how fun it is to watch. The visual effects were done so well for the time, and Robert Downey Jr.'s acting was on point. You can tell that he's having the time of his life, which makes you happy. At number 5 is Loki's invasion of New York from the Avengers. Ever since Thanos came along, invading New York has been done to death, so it's kind of hard to make it seem special. But the Avengers pulled it off. When Loki teleports the Chitauri army to New York and then commands them to attack, it's pretty terrifying. There's this whole montage of the army marching across Brooklyn and taking out anyone who gets in their way. And it's done pretty damn well. But my favorite part is when we cut back to Tony Stark hiding in a corner while holding a mini nuke. It's a hilarious callback to the first Iron Man movie when Tony did the exact same thing, except it wasn't a nuke. In the number 4 spot is Daredevil's hallway fight from Daredevil. In 2003, Fox decided to make a Daredevil movie starring Ben Affleck as the main character. And while the movie was considered a flop upon release, it's gained quite the cult following in recent years. One of the biggest reasons for this is because of how awesome the hallway fight scene is. Here we see Daredevil fighting off a bunch of bad guys in one of the coolest sequences ever filmed. There's no shaky cam, just beautifully choreographed martial arts action. And the fact that it's in black and red just adds to the awesomeness of it all. Taking the number 3 spot is one of the most epic moments in cinema history, Darth Vader's entrance in Rogue One. Darth Vader was one of the most feared villains in all of cinema, and he deserved an entrance that would strike fear into the hearts of men. And boy, did he deliver. The camera slowly pans down a hallway towards the end where we see a bunch of stormtroopers lined up in front of a closed door. The door slides open and Darth Vader walks through. The camera continues to pan as Vader walks further into view, stopping every few seconds to look around. The camera then snaps to black and white as Vader begins to speak, telling director Krennic that he's done. Taking the runner-up spot is one of the most heartbreaking moments in superhero movie history, the death of Yondu from Guardians of the Galaxy Vol. 2. Now, if you've never seen this movie, then fair warning, grab your space tissues because things are about to get real sad. For those who have seen it, you know what happens. When Peter Quill asks Yondu to take him home, Yondu replies by saying he can't because he's done some bad things that Ravagers don't do. Peter says it's okay, but Yondu insists that he must pay for his crimes. He then takes off his fin and places it on Peter, signaling that he will sacrifice himself. Yondu then tells Peter to run before flying into the other ship and turning on its engine, sacrificing himself to save his surrogate son. Finally, taking the top spot is one of the greatest superhero movie scenes ever, hands down, Batman vs. Superman's Dawn of Justice, Doomsday. Lex Luthor, in an attempt to destroy Superman, brings forth an ancient Kryptonian monster known as Doomsday. Superman and Batman fight Doomsday side by side until they both tire themselves out. They decide to team up in one last-ditch effort to take Doomsday down once and for all. As the three fight it out, we see the destruction of Metropolis intensify until Superman finally emerges victorious. It's such an intense scene full of lots of twists and turns that keeps you on the edge of your seat the entire time. The CGI is well done. The fighting is great, and the music swells at just the right moments. If you hate Batman vs. Superman, that's fine. I'm not gonna argue with you, but you can't deny this scene is awesome. That's all for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that thumbs up button and share it with someone you think will enjoy it. As always, I'll see you guys in the next one.